Welcome back to another episode of Daily Fortnite, your daily podcast about Fortnite. I'm your host, Mikey, aka Mike Daddy, aka Magnificent Mikey. Okay, today, guys, we got to talk about it, right? I want to go to full on spoilers about the Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 6 event that we had. That you can still play, by the way. If you already played it, it is considered an LTM right now. It is the Zero Crisis Finale, is what it is listed as. So if you just had so much fun playing that event, or you have a chance to record yourself playing it, or you want to re-record it because you didn't like the outfit that you were wearing when you did it the first time, it is there in the playlist so that you can go play the Zero Crisis Finale. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Full on spoilers. Okay, I want to talk about this because it was a really cool event. You start out, you're watching Jonesy on the chopper. He drops the Rift to Go device. He dives down after it. He ends up, you run by all the hunter characters that came out throughout the season, which that was really cool to see, like Sarah Connor and Ripley teaming up together again. Like I said, Triggerfish and Master Chief teaming up together was really cool. To see Kratos take out Mancake was cool. But anyways, Jonesy, he makes his way to the 0 point, throws the Rift to Go device in there, and then that brings out the meteor, which I thought it was the same meteor from Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 3, right? Or was it 4? I can't remember now. But anyways, it crashes down. This new character, what's his name? I think they're gonna call him the. Well, they kept talking about the Foundation, so I don't know if that's his actual name or what. But anyways, he steps out of uh, the meteor there and starts going to blows with Jonesy, and Jonesy says something to him about Geno, right? He says like, I can get you Geno. And so this is another mysterious character that we have to wait to find out. And then, of course, the Foundation character here, he is like, well, and the sisters, and Jonesy's like, I can get you them all. So now, not only are we talking about this Geno character, which is going to be a new character in the lore, but now we have to talk about the sisters. Who are the sisters? Is Marigold one of the sisters? Because that was Midas's sister. Is she a sister? Is that going to be part of the lore? I don't know. It's pretty cool that we have this mystery going on. But Jonesy, anyways, says to him that, hey, I can get them for you, but you have to help me, with the 0 point. You have to help contain it. The Foundation guy, he gets up there, says, he can't contain it. It's really entangled and it's all messed up. And then a reality wave goes out, turns Jonesy into the butterfly from the butterfly event, and changes you into that new character in the battle pass, Raz. And then you have to pick up the Rift to Go device yourself and start closing up the rifts in reality. They said they're not portals, they're, I guess, whatever sort of break in reality or reality breaking down. So you got to close them up. So you teleport around the map a few times, closing them up. You get turned into Lara Croft at one point, which was cool. You get changed into the chicken, but then you get them all closed up. While you're doing this, of course, the Foundation guy is still struggling with the 0 point to keep it contained, and it looks really cool. It's like blooming. It looks like this really beautiful lotus. So that was also like a really cool thing to see. You eventually get them all closed up. You teleport back over to the middle of the map, which now this big old structure is coming up out of the middle of the island there and going up to the 0, and builds up to the 0 point. So this big spire, right? and you fly up to the top of it, and then you Jonesy gets changed back into Jonesy from the butterfly, and then you just get knocked off, and you're just like floating in the little storm that's surrounding this little spire, or this big spire, I guess I should say. And then Jonesy and the Foundation character are talking about how how they're going to fix this and get to these other characters, and basically there's going to be a big blast if the Foundation doesn't contain himself, can seal himself in with it. And Jonesy has to help him do that. And Jonesy's like, well, I'm going to get lost in the loop. And basically, he's just gonna the lore is, and I'm guessing this is gonna be part of the comics, is that we're gonna be watching Jonesy. He's gonna have to fight his way back. The Foundation character is going to have to also find him. We're gonna find out how Batman plays into that and how he helps them, eventually find each other. And then they will, I guess we're going to find out a whole lot more about the Seven, whoever the sisters are, whoever this Geno character is. It's like I said, I'm really excited about all this lore stuff that we have going on for this. For this season, I don't think I've been this excited about the lore in Fortnite in quite some time. The last few seasons, I didn't really care too much for the lore of what was going on. We had, this last season was a lot of crossover event lore stuff with all the characters coming in. We had the Marvel season where I didn't really even care too much about the lore for that either. It was just cool to see all the Marvel characters in, but wasn't too excited about the lore. But I'm really excited about what they have going on in the background with the lore of Fortnite this season. Pretty cool story that they have. But yeah, that was the event. It was really cool. Hopefully, you guys have gotten a chance to play it, especially if you listened to this when I said there was going to be spoilers. And then again, if you want to, you can play it multiple times. I don't know how long they're going to leave it in the playlist, but if you want to keep experiencing it, definitely go there. Another cool bit of news that we have about this Foundation character, we can go ahead and take a look. It looks like Hasbro is making an action figure that's going to be coming out really soon. In fact, it says Fortnite Victory Royale series dropping March 26, 2021, and you see a picture of the side face of the new character here. And I got to say, I have a couple of Fortnite action figures. I have like who do I have? I have Skull Trooper, the Cuddle Team Leader. I can't remember who else, but these Hasbro action figures that they put out of those they're actually really well done. So that'll be worth it. So look for that on March 26th. The other piece of news I want to get to today, I want to talk about the creative update that we got for this season as well. So let's go over their blog post. It's a pretty short one. Hey Fortnite creators, a version 16.00 update brings an improved barrier device. Check out the details below. Improved barrier device. The improved barrier device is here and includes some updated artwork. Previously, the barrier device was tied to the build grid. Now it can be placed anywhere without needing to be anchored to pre-built structures. The new barrier device can be cut, copied, pasted, and rotated, and is added to the quick bar rather than the trap inventory. Additionally, the barrier provides improved scalability selections. If you need a small or large barrier, the scalability improvements will allow creators to alter the size of the barrier before and after being placed. And then they have island grid changes to help creators remember which size of grid island is being used. The normal grid island now appears green, the large grid island now appears blue, and the flat grid hub still appears gray. And then the rest of this post we're not going to go over, but they did some island bug fixes, gameplay bug fixes, tool bug fixes, weapon and item bug fixes, prefab and gallery bug fixes, and device fixes. So a bunch of bug fixes throughout. So definitely, like I said, creative I think is just going to be continue to grow and be a driving force of Fortnite. I know at the end of last season, once I reached level 100, which took me a long time to do since I didn't play from all of December, and I didn't play, from pretty much from Thanksgiving to Christmas, and even after, because I was still so busy at work that it took me a long time to get to 100. But once I did, I was playing a lot of creative, just dropping in, even when I wasn't doing the community creative and customs. What just the little bit I get to play before I go to work, I was dropping in creative just so I can maximize my time and get the most action every morning before I would head out to work. I like that if if you do zone wars, if you do box fights, that you get a constant wave of action throughout, and you don't have any lulls. So I am a big fan of creative, and I can't wait to see them do more and more innovations that just make it easier and easier to make these different maps and game modes. Let's see here. That's all I got for you for news today. So let's go ahead and take a look at the challenged list for this week. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and, I always like to use the cheat sheet that Squatting Dog comes out with to do the actual tips for you guys. But we're not going to actually go through today. We're just going to go through the list. So what you have to do right now is craft items. You need to do 3 of those. You need to find golden artifacts near the spire. 3. You need to let's see here. You're going to need to hunt wildlife. 5. You need to talk to characters. 3. You need to craft a hunter's cloak. Just 1. You'll need to collect mechanical parts from vehicles, trailers, buses, or tractors. 5 in total. You need to craft mechanical weapons using mechanical parts and a makeshift weapon. You'll need to make 3, and you'll need to craft primal weapons using bones and makeshift weapons, and you'll need to do 3 of those as well. So that's your list. Again, we're going to give you some tips on how to get these challenges done throughout the week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the item shop today and see what's in the item shop. In the item shop today, and happy St. Patty's Day to everybody. We've had the St. Patty's Day section of the item shop in here, and today's actually St. Patty's Day, so happy St. Patty's Day. So that section is still here. Still got the Master Chief bundle, the Ryu and Chun-Li bundle, Kratos bundle, the Future Wars bundle, Snake Eyes. So still got all that stuff. The Squatting Dog locker still here, and then today we have the Cloaked Star outfit with the Darkest Edge back bling for 1,500. The Whiplash outfit for 800. The Hula emote for 800. The Studded Axe harvesting tool for 800. The Smooth Moves emote for 800. The Waterworks emote for 200. We have a new emote for 200, the Amazing Cube emote. Wow your friends, intimidate your enemies, be a hit at parties, and you are holding a 5x5 Rubik's Cube and trying to figure it out. I've watched this emote for a while. I don't know if you actually ever figure it out, or if the character just keeps spinning it and moving it around and trying to figure out what to do next. That's how I do a Rubik's Cube in real life, so it seems like an accurate way to depict me with those. We have the Chaos Agent outfit with the Ooze Chamber back bling for 1,500. That's a great one. The Chaos Scythe harvesting tool for 800 is great as well. The Black Ooze wrap for 500. We have the Bright Storm Bomber bundle, which includes the Bright Storm Bomber outfit, the Gordo back bling, and the Breezy Basher's harvesting tool. This is all for 1,900, so this is 800 V-bucks off the total. So check that out. Again, that was one that was inspired by a content creator that did some fan art on Twitter and Instagram as well. So always cool to see those. You can get the Bright Storm Bomber outfit with the Gordo back bling for 1,500 as an individual, and then the Breezy Basher's harvesting tool is 1,200 if you get those separate. And that looks like everything today. So you can get any and all of these items using code MikeDaddy, MMMIKEDADDY, in the item shop, and some of the proceeds will go to help support the show. Okay, so we're finding out a lot of stuff about this season so far, and I'm going to have a lot of great tips for you guys. So make sure you keep tuning into the episodes because we're going to give them to you just like we normally do, one tip a day. And the tip I have for you today for this new season is to talk to NPCs. Yes, that's the non-playable characters. Talk to them. Just talk to them every match. When you come across an NPC, talk to them. Don't ignore them because once per match, when you talk to a character, they will give you free items. You don't know. It might be a med kit. It might be 100 mats of either wood, brick, or metal. You might end up getting a gold scar. You might get, I don't know, a gold shotgun. It's pretty random. You might get some minis. You'll just get a free item just for talking to the character. So always talk to a character whenever you come across one because you're gonna get free items, and it's never bad. I mean, at worst you're gonna get something and you decide you don't want it, but every time you can come across one, you have a chance. Like I said, you could just get a gold scar just for talking to them. So do it. Talk to them. Let's see here. That's the episode for today. Go join the Daily Fortnite Discord and hang out with us. Follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. It's Mike Daddy on all of those. Head over to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star rating and a written review for a shout out on the show. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And until next time, have fun, be safe, and don't get lost in the storm.